By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to set up a custom menu that uses one button. These are all just one button, so two of them have a uniform animation. As we can see, we'll set up the animation as well, and one of them has a custom animation. Two of them has standardized text, and one of them has a custom font. As you can see, it's a little bit different. And it's so quick and easy then just to make a brand new widget. We'll call this one main menu. You don't need to follow this. This is just an example. Add a vertical box to store our buttons, and then we can search for our master button. And then each of these master buttons can be a different thing. So this one can be a start button, duplicate that. This one can be a quit button, duplicate that. And this one is our main menu. There we go. I've got it all sorted with its own animations and ready to go. We're going to need a user interface widget blueprint. We're going to call this WBP master button, and we're going to need an enumerator. We're going to call this E master button options, and then from there we're going to add a bunch. We're going to add start, quit. We need none at the top. So we're going to add none to the top in case it's none of these options. And we're going to add main menu options it's as well. And that'll do. So come out of there, open up master button. We're going to add a button to this and make it desired. And then we're going to add a text box as well. Like that. We're going to come to the button. We're going to go to its style, and for normal, we're going to draw it as a rounded box, and the outline settings we're going to have is 4 and 4, and that's about it really. Just going to have a bit of an outline on this box, like so, and then we're just going to tint the button, but you can mess around with this so as much as you want really. Then we're going to come to our graph, and we're going to add a new variable. I'm going to call it button options, like so, and we're going to call E master button options, and we need to instance editable and expose on spawn. Get the button options, and on pre-construct we're going to switch. And we're going to go to designer and make sure this text block is a variable. So we'll call this button text. Go back to graph, we'll get button text, and we're going to set text. Set text with this bracket text. From button options, we're going to enum to string, and then shove that inside text. And then we're going to add start, quit, main menu, options, and credits to that. So now if we select button, we can come down to on clicked, and we can get button options again and do a switch. And from here we can do some of the more generic ones. So we can do the quit. So anytime that this says quit, it'll always quit. We don't need to rehash that out. Anytime it says main menu, it's going to open level by object reference. This will be our main menu. And then anytime it says options or credits, we can also do an open level, or we can call a specific options or credits widget. Anytime it presses none, then we're going to call a specific event dispatcher. I'm going to call that on button pressed. I'm going to call that on custom button pressed, so it doesn't get confused with the other ones. I'm going to call that from here. So drag that out, call it like so, and that lets us set up custom events based off button pressed. So now if it's none, then we're going to want to get a set text like so. And we're going to want to promote in text to a variable. I'll call that custom text, custom button text. And we'll make that instance editable and expose on spawn as well. Like so. And now if we create a new widget, this will be our WBP pause menu. Get a canvas panel here. And I'm going to add a vertical box. And then I'm going to search for our master button and put it inside our vertical box. Like so. And then this master button is going to be, so then in the master button, we're going to get our button options. And this one will be start. And then I'm going to duplicate that. And then this one will be quit. Okay. So if we rename these buttons to start button and quit button. So, and then we don't need to program anything here because it's already programmed here. It's just inheriting this stuff. But what if I wanted to, so if I just duplicate that again, what if I wanted one that would be open inventory? Then I would have to come to none, come to custom button text, type in open inventory. It would populate it there. And then I can come down to on custom button pressed and do whatever logic I want to open my inventory. So the huge benefit here is that it controls all the more common actions here. We don't need to worry about it, and anything that we're doing sort of more than once we can add to our button options, which means to quickly prototype another menu or another game, we can just transfer all of this logic and it's ready to go. We don't have to worry about doing it. Improve on this, we can get our button text. We can do a set font, and we can promote the font slate info to a variable. And then that now gives us access to customize all of the fonts as if you were doing it anyway. So in this pause menu, for instance, this just set the defaults to be there. So in this pause menu, we come here, we come down to the defaults here, and we can set the button options. As I said, the custom button text, we can change the font, we can change the size. So if we wanted inventory to be a bit of a stupid size, then we could do. Wanted it to be larger, wanted the spacing to be more, like so. So whatever you want added in here, we can just add it in here. So for instance, all the outline settings are in here, but all of the button settings aren't. So if we want to change the button to be its own custom button, then one, we can either add in a new one, or we can add the style to our variables. So we go back to our master button, we can get our button, and we can get set style, and we can promote that to a variable as well. That's the button style. Expose that on spawn. And then we've got option to all the normal and pressed button styles as well. So we can come in here and they've defaulted back to what they were. So if we change their defaults to the blue that we want, quick and easy way of doing that is to grab it from the appearance here, where it says style, go down here and paste it in there. So now it should go back to normal. There we go, back to how we wanted it before. And then the other thing, which is really cool, is that we can make sure that all of our animations are uniform. So if we go back to our master button, then we can do a designer on the button and do an animation. So we add animations here. So we do hovered, unhovered, select this, select add the button, and all we're going to do is we get the transform here, and we have the scale set at 0, so we're going to add a pin there for 1 on the scale, and at 1 here we're just going to increase that by 1.2 and 1.2. So the button's going to grow when we hover over it. And save that, come here, select our button, unhovered, go back to our button again and get on unhovered, and then we can say play animation. And the animation that we've got is a hovered, unhovered animation, and the target itself. And then on here, we can do play animation and change that to reverse, like so. And then when we hover over any button, it will play this sort of grow and shrink animation. We can also do a play sound. So we can add play sound 2D. We can promote that to a variable. Call this the hovered sound. Make it instance editable and expose on spawn. And then that can be set per button. But no matter what button it is, it will play a sound. Now, what happens if you want a custom hovered or unhovered animation? Add a new variable. We'll call that custom animations. And we'll get that. Give it a branch. And as long as this is false, then it'll play the normal animations. And if it's true, then it will play the new event dispatcher that we get on hovered custom. And we can call that here. And we can do the same here as well. So then when we go to our pause menu, we can go to entry, go to unhovered custom and print custom animation, like so. And then just in our inventory, you just need to tick that we are going to use the custom animations. So we just need to make this custom animation instance editable and expose on spawn. And then open inventory, go down to the bottom, find custom animations. Tick yes. And that's it. So we'll go to our third person, go to our blueprints. And on the number 6, I'm going to create widget, add to viewport, and I'm going to open widget. And it's going to be the pause menu. So now when we press number 6, here's our start menu, grows. Here's our inventory. It runs a custom animation. We can press our quit and it quits the game, so it all works. And in terms of the problems with our animation, we'll just come to the graph, we'll go down to button style. Our hovered and pressed button styles are a mess. So we're just gonna grab this and this. I'm gonna copy the hovered style, come here to button style, paste it in there, go back to designer, get the press style, copy that, and do the same thing. Paste it in there. We also need to do the normal hovered and pressed disabled foregrounds, just to make sure that that is. So there we go. Custom animations, uniform custom animations as well, and open inventory plays its own thing, and our start and quit all use the same thing. So we've only made one button, and that's run for our entire game, and creates this uniform effect as well.